We'll do it live. Fuck it.
Welcome to the Super Happy Fun Time Pro Wrestling Show. I am your hostess with the mostest. Don't assume my pronouns. Etepokuit in the place to be reviewed right here with all the yous. Joining me this evening, already in the chat, Tony Tone Deaf, my co-host for the evening. Sitting to my right, I have to point to the right side of the screen over here, is Mad Dog Warren. What's up, brother?
What's going on, man? Coming to you in live and in living color, telling you what we're talking about wrestling, baby. Yeah.
I like the background too. Like we were talking off air, and Jared says, this is the first time I've been able to do this at home. He's usually at work doing this, so got the nice layout behind you there. I love it, man.
Got the layout. I'm breaking out the vintage WWF beer drinking glass. That's what we're going to use now. It's old school. I mean, even Andre is a baby face in this one.
I was gonna say, is that Andre in the blue trunks? I could barely see it.
Yep.
But hang on, let me put you on solo here. There.
Yeah.
Okay, JYD, Hogan, and Andre.
Yep. And then on the back, it got the heels.
Oh yes, dude, the three of my favorite WWF heels ever.
Yep.
I'm you know the big LJN wrestling figures.
Oh yeah, I got quite a few of them.
I've got the old ring, the one I've had since I was a little kid. My mom
the spring and fling ring.
The red, white, and blue ropes from like '84, the LJN ring. So
okay.
I've got that one. I had four of the figures. I had Macho Man, I had Hogan, Hillbilly Jim, and I had Junkyard Dog. And at one point I was going to sell all four of the big LJN guys. I listed Junkyard Dog and all of them for sale. I got $40 fucking for Junkyard Dog. So he was the only one that sold, and now I'm kicking myself in the nuts for selling them.
This is one of my favorites right here. He's
is
like
that George?
Pretty much. Yeah, George.
Yep.
He's like pretty much mint. I couldn't believe it.
He was a school teacher down by, was it Onstead by Jackson?
Yeah. Detroit area.
Yep. Fucking Georgie Animal Steel, man. God rest his soul. He used to bite in those turnbuckles. I used to do this
turnbuckles
as a kid. And that feud he had with Macho Man made him look like $1 million, dude.
And then they partnered him up with Ricky Steamboat. I mean, he was in WrestleMania 3, part of that, you know.
Oh yeah, fucking Steamboat and Savage. If we could get away with watching that match, I would love to watch that.
Hell yeah.
I haven't watched it in a while, but that's a fucking classic, man. So we got some news tonight, but first, let me introduce the man on the bottom square before we get too into it here. Ladies and gentlemen, it's El Luchador, Brother Will Vendetta, and everybody wish Will a very happy birthday.
Oh man, that's so kind. Unfortunately, I don't have the cool background like you guys. My son's school board behind me and the green paint. Yeah, that's what I got. Cool. Yeah, thanks. Good to be here, guys. Good to be here. Sorry I missed last week. I feel guilty in my heart.
It's okay. This is your birthday episode. How about that?
This is the Will Vendetta birthday episode, and I should have. I like the headset, by the way, man. You said that's a gift from your better half.
It is. Yes, absolutely. I literally just busted it out of the box about a half an hour ago.
Nice, man. I like it. Yeah. That's solid.
Yeah, very good. Everything sounds real good. Noise canceling. I mean, I was like, this is perfect for the podcast.
Oh yeah, dude. That's fuck yeah. That's awesome. It's always nice to get I remember because this is like a gaming headset. It just had like the little mouth. It's got just a little mouthpiece on it. Let me find it here. Oh, here it is. It's just like the little gimmick mouthpiece. And
yep.
That's what I started using when I was just still doing Anchor on my phone. And I was like, I got Salvador actually sent me the microphone and the boom, and Adam sent me the shock absorber and the pop filter and everything. Like, here, motherfucker. I was like, damn, man, I did an unboxing video. Well, I was like, I've had the mic for almost a year now, I think. Well, no, it was because I got it in like June or July. They got it for me, and because I just got my computer. Because I was doing everything on my phone at first, That's why it took me a while to get the YouTube channel up and running. But
that's one of my next things, man. I want to get like a nice computer or something, and have a whole shindig going, have a whole gimmick. I mean, I'm starting to get pretty serious about the podcast thing too.
Yeah.
I like it. I have a lot of fun doing it with you guys, and
Absolutely, man.
I might as well go all in with it.
Hey, hell yeah! I talked to Cherry too. He's got to he's got to work on. He doesn't have like a headset or anything yet, so I said he's got to get a headset. I said the background noise that's a lot, man, and it's distracting to the listeners too. So I was like, you got to have unless you're in like a completely like quiet room, area where you're by yourself. I was like, then it's it's kind of tough to do it without a headset. I mean, we've done it before, but it's kind of tough. But yeah, so I'm glad you're here, man. Glad you're back. Happy birthday.
Glad to be here, man. Thank you.
And Jared picked another great match for us tonight. But before we get to all that, how long of a match is it? Because I want to time it out right.
It's not too bad. I think it's under 15. Oh, okay. From what I understand. Okay. I've never watched it, but I've always wanted to, and it's just like perfect time to watch it, all of us together. So.
Absolutely. I like that. Everybody's going into it with fresh eyes. So. Hell yeah. But I want to talk a little bit about Seth Rollins ruining Becky Lynch's push.
Oh, man.
She got to get her kind of push.
How many careers has this motherfucker ruined? Like, he's the one that hurt Sting. He fucking hurt Finn Balor. Like, right.
That's true. I forgot about the Sting thing. You're right.
Dude,
that's true.
Right in the beginning of Finn Balor's push on the main roster, the first match out, Seth Rollins fucking injures him. Now Seth Rollins is going to ruin Becky Lynch's body.
Oh, Jesus.
I mean, if she's the man, how is she having a kid? I mean, I don't know how that works.
I was gonna say that, man. I don't know.
Transformers, more than meets the eye. Uterus in disguise, they're hiding ovaries. They're Decepticons.
Oh, Jesus. It's crazy, man. Good for him. Congratulations, Seth. I mean, being a dad is amazing. So, good for him.
Seth, what the fuck is wrong with you? I gotta say, hey, let me find it. Let me holler at you, player. Let me holler at you. What the fuck is wrong with you? You're not supposed to have a kid with a motherfucker. Come on, man. I just smacked the shit out of you when I met you in Kalkaska fucking 12 years ago. Fucking Tyler. What the fuck is wrong with you? Ruining career. Why couldn't you bury something worthwhile burying? Like Lizzo. I mean, what the fuck, man? Take your ass back to Age of the Fall. God damn, till sweat drops off your balls. Ski. What the fuck is that? God damn. Silly ass.
Hey, man, he ain't the only one. Freaking, was Brian, fuck, I don't know. What's his Fed name? I mean, Brian Danielson. Okay, I'm going to call him that.
Yeah, he knocked up
one of the Bella twins.
Oh.
I like the one gives Cena the ultimatum. You're either gonna give me a kid and marry me, or we're done. And Cena's like, "Fuck you,
bro." I just watched enough.
He needed to kick out. Is what he needed to do. Yeah.
I just watched an episode of. I don't know if you guys are familiar with Hot Ones, but they do a Truth or Dab. And they had the Bella twins on it, and they were both pregnant as shit, eating the last dab. Which, I mean, probably not healthy for those babies, but either way, there.
Who the fuck knocked up the one Cena was with? It ain't his, is it?
You know what, man? Honestly, I don't know. But they're both pregnant at the same time.
She breaks up with John Cena and just gets knocked up by some fucking rando. Like literally, she's like, "I met this motherfucker on Tinder last week."
Maybe Daniel Bryan got them both. Who knows? I mean, those are the same DNA, but
Daniel Bryan. Ooh, Daniel Bryan. How does this happen, Daniel?
I thought she was you.
Tell him what he has had.
Oh, Daniel. What the fuck, man? He snuck one in. He was like, he got one past the goalie. He was like, fuck it. I knocked one up. I'm going to go for double play.
Might as well. I mean, shit.
Why wasn't she on anything? I mean, why would you risk everything?
Yeah.
Your push.
Yes.
I mean, you're done.
Yep.
Yeah.
I mean, you're gonna come back, and then you're not gonna get the same push.
No. But that's the thing with like Becky Lynch, man, because she was in the best place I think a female's ever been in the Fed, like literally. And the thing that I really like what they did with her, and I don't even pay attention to the product anymore. I mean, I know what's going on, but I don't watch it. Is they handled her properly, as you know, quote unquote, calling her the man and shit, but they weren't putting her over on guys. She's still working. She's still working the women. Call her the man.
True.
I don't give a fuck. The man is an expression. You know, that is like, you're the best, you know, whatever. You know, and saying I'm the woman just doesn't sound as good. I mean, she's like, I'm the man, you know, fuck. Do you, boo? I mean, fuck, she's a worker, dude. I have nothing but respect for her. Seth Rollins, on the other hand, you just ruined this woman's career, you douchebag. But
yeah, you know, others in the back are just, all the other girls are like, oh, you know, it's hard time, you know. It's like,
no, you're right. Opportunists, you know.
Opportunists. People are gonna be climbing up now.
What's that one girl? Lacey Evans.
Lacey Evans. I'd like to see her more. They kind of didn't really do anything with her.
She's got a very athletic. She's good looking. I mean, but she's got a nice build.
Yep.
She's not bad in the ring from what I've seen, because I've just watched.
She just keeps on getting hurt by everybody else. I mean, I'm one of the few, but I'm a big Charlotte Flair fan. I like Charlotte Flair.
Oh yeah.
I get ripped on all the time for that, but
Me too.
I every time she's on there, it's like I want to see her win. I got to see her live a few times, and she's always left her mark on me. You know, I'm like, damn, it's like she can work and everything, that she just gets hated on. You know,
she gets hated on because everyone's like, oh, it's nepotism. She's a worker, man. She's a main eventer. She is a solid fucking worker. She carries
not as good on the mic as her dad. But she could almost, I would almost say she could almost outwork her dad in a lot of ways.
You know, I honestly think she has a much better repertoire of moves. She has
a lot
a better
more move set. Oh, Ric Flair only had a couple moves, but he just knew how to tell a story and tell psychology. And he could get up, and he could take a bump, and he could take a face bump, and you know. But Ric Flair, he admits it all the time that he's like, man, I did have a very limited move set, you know.
Yep.
But yeah, Charlotte, she can do it all.
Yeah.
I think that the women's division, most recently within like the last 10 years, has improved so well. I mean, they're not just eye candy anymore. You know what I'm saying? And like back when I was a kid, watching a women's match was like, okay, like I was a teenager, so I'm like, ooh, boobies, you know, tan legs. But you know, at the same time, it was like, of course, I didn't understand it as much back then, but it was just like, women's matches, they weren't so great, you know. But now it's like these women are working. They're entertaining. They got gimmicks, like good gimmicks, you know, like Asuka for one, like her gimmick, like, cracks me up. I mean, she's just wacky, out there, just weird. I like that, you know. It's cool.
Right. She reminds me of
Jiri. Yeah. I mean, it's just cool seeing it. Like you were saying, Pete, like the man gimmick for Becky Lynch, it works. She's like a badass broad. It works. Charlotte Flair, you know, she's coattailing off of Ric Flair. She's kind of got, you know, symbolisms of the old school vibe. You know, I dig it. You know, I mean, they're solid. They're solid. You know, unfortunately, as hot as Stacy Keibler and Trish Stratus were, they weren't workers, really. You know, I mean, they were hot. They look good on camera, but they, you know, as far as putting a match together, it was like, I mean, fuck, my 7-year-old could do better, probably.
Right. It's like, you know, like women's wrestling, it's kind of a weird transition. I mean, in the 80s, I mean, you had like Wendy Richter and Rockin' Robin, and you know,
Robin live and
Glow. You had Glow.
Yeah,
Glow, and
it's
that
like,
was a tremendous success.
They could wrestle, you know. Of course, they were trained by like, you know, Moolah and stuff like that. So they all kind of wrestled similar, like a lot of the hair pulling and, you know, like flips and stuff like that. like Wendy Richter, she could freaking go. What's it? Alundra Blaze. I mean, she had pretty good move set. She could really, put on a match, but it just was never really pushed at all, like it is now. Unless you're watching, right. Unless you're watching Glow, I used to watch that with my grandma.
I think one of the women wrestlers that really stood out back in like the Attitude Era and early 2000s was Lita. Just because she wasn't like, look at me, I'm a sex symbol. I mean, yeah, she flaunted the goods, but in a way that weren't like, here,
right.
Like shove it down your throat.
Like I always liked like Luna Vachon. She could work. She could actually wrestle. If they ever gave her, an actual wrestling match instead of just being a valet, she could actually do everything. Sensational Sherry, she could work. She could go. It's like, but they never really matched her up very well. There was always kind of some weird gimmicky match.
Yeah. Oh, and I should mention like Jazz and Jacqueline too. I think if those two were like in the Fed now, oh dude, they'd be on top. Because they were like
Jazz was ahead of her time.
Oh yeah, absolutely. And even going back to like Ivory, I know she was in the Right to Censor and all that. Even her, she was still kind of she was like the borderline. She was like, you have like the sexy, and then you have but she can work at the same time. Like, but a lot of those girls were, definitely like if they were in now, man, there'd be no contest. I mean, they'd be on top.
I love Tina Ferrari because that was Ivory's name back in the day, and one name you're missing is one of like, I mean, I still have a crush on her to this day, and if I ever met her at a convention, it would be really, I'd take my wedding ring off. It'd be really hard not to ask her ass out. Would be Victoria, man. Oh yeah. Oh my God, I've been in love with her since she came out as one of the Godfather's hoes, and he put her through that fucking table when he joined Right to Censor. I was like, look at her thick fucking fit ass. Oh my God.
She was fresh off pretty cool gimmick too.
Doing like figure competitions and shit. I was like, I was in love with her from the moment she stepped in there. I was like, oh my God, who the fuck is this?
Yeah. You know who we're forgetting though? We are forgetting China.
We're not forgetting her. She was in my head the whole time. I'm like, all right, is anybody going to say anything about China?
I know. I'm just like, that's kind of a layup right there. Like China.
The thing is like, I always like, even though she had the big jaw before reconstructive surgery, I always had, because I always have a thing for muscular women. I always thought she was hot.
Yep.
And then she got the chin fixed, and I'm like, I like that. I like that, but. I always have, but I mean, that's because I was brought up, reading Conan and like Red Sonja and, barbarian chicks and stuff like that and Amazon women. And it's like, those girls, they don't intimidate me.
Nope.
It's just more of like a respect thing because it takes way more work and dedication to get that way. So it's like, all right, they can dedicate themselves to physically put them through that kind of pain to look like that. It's like they get my respect. So I get it. Totally. They're not just sitting back watching Netflix all day,
Nope. That's good, man. That's I've always thank you, man, because I've always been the same way. I'm like, fuck yeah. I'm like, I don't want to see a little narrow ass 110-pound girl with like double D's. That does nothing for me. Show me them fucking double B's. I'm like, that's what I would.
If a girl comes up to me and they're like, hey, can you take a photo with you? And they're like, yeah. And then all of a sudden they and I'm like, oh.
Yep.
Hey,
done. It's like
if a girl can bench press me, dude, I'm scared.
No, hell no.
I'm just saying.
No, I'm there spotting right there, man. I'm there spotting.
That means badass sex. Number 2, if you need furniture moved, she's down for the cause.
Exactly.
And number 3 just means I'm a little bitch, I guess.
That's all right. That's all right. Sometimes she'd pick you up. Hey, I gotta say what's up,
everybody.
It is not. I gotta say what's up to Keely Chow. What's up? Hey, Keely Chow. You know what, man? You are. Hang on a second. I gotta slide over here, but you'll be able to hear me. You are one of my best, like honestly, best fans, and you've been around since like fucking forever, man. This right here, my friend, we're doing this for the giveaway for the wrestling show. You know what? You PM me on. We're friends on Facebook. PM me your address, and this is an unopened 1990 98 WCW Wolfpack flag, man. It's 24 by 48. You win, brother. This is yours. All right, I'm gonna mail this to you. I'll handle shipping. So congratulations, Keely. Thank you for watching, brother. Just PM me on Facebook, and I will be mailing this out to you. So congratulations to you. And I'm gonna send you an official autographed Pete Daddy Dollar trading card from my days of professional wrestling because I have fucking 50,000 of them left. So I will. It's funny. I got my trading cards the fucking weekend I quit. So yeah.
I never got one, man. You told me all about it. I never got one.
I'll send you. I'll give you one. I'll give you one when we get it. We hang out after the fucking after governor says we commiserate again. When the governor says we can have get-togethers, we shall commiserate and have some salvation
with our constituents.
Constituency, Miss Governor, Governor Farquaad. You're welcome, Keely Chow. Let's see. Wait. Salvador says, I respectfully disagree. The super muscle ball #2 masculine looking for me, especially when they get the breast implants. It look like they're about to bust right. Yeah, I don't like implants. If a chick's gonna be like that jacked, I don't want to see implant. I don't like it. I don't.
If it's done tastefully, like if they're like trying to get the like over big, then no.
I like the argument here.
Yeah.
I mean,
because if they get the like if the symmetry is right.
Yeah. Like you see these those little figure girls that'll get like, and they're tiny as shit and they get like basically D's. It's like it just throws your whole physique off. Like there's
the symmetry ain't there.
No, it's not. It really takes away from the This is a bodybuilding fucking
right. Wrestling, bodybuilding, it kind of goes in,
And it does. It like detracts from the delts and shit. Like if they hit like a fucking like that double side, the double delt, the front delt.
Yeah, they go to do the chest pose. It just the separation gets in there and it doesn't look right.
That was like what was her name? She used to be fucking gorgeous. Melissa Coates. She manages Sabu.
Okay.
Yeah. I know who you're talking about.
And honest to God, when she was on the cover of Muscle Mag, and she was in WWE for like a split second.
Yeah.
It was in and out. She never really did, she was in developmental. I think it was OVW she was in. But she looked, absolutely like beautiful when she first got into bodybuilding and shit. And then she did the fucking big, just they look stupid. She got the fucking big baboon's ass fucking collagen in her lips and her face. First of all, she's with Sabu. Okay. So her looks have went like like fucking Hiroshima, Nagasaki, man. It's like, like she's not even fappable anymore. It's fucking, it's bad. And I was like, I saw her in person. I was like, because she was like blonde, like blue eyed, like kind of, jacked up, but like just still had that and just real feminine look to her. And then like just off, like I said, man, that collagen really got it. I was like, oh, like I don't understand that. It all reminds me of that. Was that Mob Wife's Angela with the big ass fucking the one that died? Her lips were like, it was like two fucking like brats put together on her mouth.
Oh, just
yeah. Fucking hideous, but big Ange, yeah. But yeah, so there's wrestling and bodybuilding do a lot of odd things to people. But yes, but like the wrestling business, to kind of round this back to Becky Lynch, I really hope this isn't the end of her career, but it is going to severely hamper her moving forward. And it's sad to think that like, wanting to have a family and stuff, but you have to, it really cost me the business. But it was it's always tough, but at that level, it's like, God damn, it's like, do I really want to do that to myself, to cost myself my career? Because your window is so limited, especially as a woman. It's they have a much smaller window to be on top and making that top, and that's what it's about, is making that top money and being that. And if you're the top draw like that, because she's the #1 merch seller I believe still. So for her to be on top like that, and then now it's like you're going to be out for the better part of a year. You know, it's like it's boof, it's gone.
Or even if you want to come back, you know.
Yeah. Like how? Yeah, and that's not an easy thing to do. I mean, to come back from.
Right.
So I mean, damn, that's just that's tough. But it sucks because, like I said, you don't want to punish her for wanting to have a family, but it's like,
did she want? I mean,
yeah,
like choices aside, is this something like Ed's obviously wasn't planned?
Yeah, you don't think, yeah, that was Seth slipped one past the goalie, that sneaky little fucker.
Right.
I mean, there's always a chance she can bounce back, though. I mean,
oh yeah, there's always. I mean,
yeah.
It'd be bad press if she wasn't able to come back. You know.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
I mean, she can work, so there's no reason why. You know, I mean, obviously they're gonna have to give someone else to push, and they can't just knock them off the plateau. You know, the plateau just because of it. But who knows? I mean,
well, hopefully, whoever they promised to have, you know, the run with her, they give it to them, you know, as well. Like, okay, you're the heel going against this face, and we have this storyline. Yeah. Well, we're just gonna mix it where you're still a heel, but you're gonna go this person, you know, whoever that push is, you know.
You're right. You know, you're right. Yeah, absolutely. I agree with that, man.
Yeah, I think, like you said, I think she can come back from it. So it's a question. It's not if, it's when. But like you said, they can't build somebody else up and be like, hey, you're just going to be temporary, you know, and then when she comes back, because if the crowd gets behind whoever they, you know, put over, it's like, I mean, even if it's a heel, you never know how the crowd's going to pop for him. You know, the crowd might turn him into a baby. It happens.
Right. Oh yeah. Happens all the time.
You can't. That's the thing Vince has got to know by now. I mean, he's 175 years old. You got to know the crowd, the fucking crowd. I don't give a shit, Austin. You're still a heel. Vince, I'm a baby. Oh, you're a heel. Look.
Well, it still worked. I mean, when he was, you know, when, you know, Steve was, you know, he's like, man, I'm a baby face. Look at the crowd. They're popping for me. He's like, nope, just still play it as a heel. And then he became that in-betweener because no matter what Steve would do, yeah, he's a tweenie. It didn't matter what he did, he was going to get over. So you might as well keep that going. If you start like, oh, we're going to have him just be a baby face doing baby face things, the crowd probably wouldn't pop for him as much, you know?
Yeah, and the one thing I didn't like was putting him at the head of the alliance during the invasion angle, which...
Yeah, it was kind of, yeah.
That was ridiculous. But to be fair, they didn't have all of the, you know, major players from WCW. And
it wasn't all the way over yet, you know.
No, so. and Vince did, well, they were all still under contract with Time Warner, so Vince couldn't touch like Goldberg, Steiner, Page, Sting, you know, there was, you know, a bunch of them. So it's like he was afraid to fucking put any, you know, actual WCW guys at the forefront. But I mean, he had a fucking bunch of young talent at that point. So I really wish he would have done something more with it. You know, I mean, you still had basically all the natural born thrillers who Jindrak, O'Hare, Palumbo, Stasiak, those guys could work. They could fucking work. Not all of them could cut promos, but that's what Mike Sanders was for. You know, about the only guy in that group who wasn't really worth a shit was Reno. You know, there's a deep cut right there. It's Reno's. I fucking created him on my video game. I mean, and that was funny because Johnny the Bull was in that stable too, and he really wasn't great in there. But when you paired him with Big Vito, the Mamalukes, they were fucking good. They were entertaining. They weren't ever gonna, you know, main event anything, but they were a fucking fun tag team to watch. You know, there's a lot of obscure WCW tag teams that were like that. Like I said, one of my favorite memories of like Raven was when it was like, I can't remember when it was. It was like 90, I want to say 98 or 99, when Malenko and Benoit, I think, had the tag straps, and Raven and the crowd like turned on them. and Raven and Saturn kind of went over as fucking baby faces and won the straps. I was like, because dude, I was such a mark for Raven and Saturn. Even though I was always an NWO fan, Raven, you couldn't help it, dude. Like being a heel fan, I was like, this guy's a fucking genius. Like he's so smart. And having seen him in ECW and the shit he used to do there, it was like he was watered down as hell in WCW, but still it was like there was the shell of the gimmick and the heart of it was still there. He just couldn't do everything, you know, crazy he did in ECW, obviously. But I mean, you know, it was still great. Like the Flock was fucking, you know, he took all these guys like Scotty Riggs, you know, Sick Boy, Lodi, fucking Lodi, Billy Kidman, you know, who
Lodi.
else? Yeah, Lodi. Basically sign guy. Sign guy Flock with his leather pants on.
That's funny.
You know, I think he was a legit bundle of sticks. I'm not sure though.
I love how creative you got with that.
That's how I tiptoe around the YouTube guidelines.
It's fantastic, bud. Fantastic.
You know, but you know, not that there's anything wrong with that, but
right. No, there isn't.
You need to start having that clip there of Seinfeld just on the ready.
I need that.
Anything wrong with that? Yeah.
That's awesome.
But yeah, man.
And you need the one of Kylo Ren saying more.
More. I could make a meme out of that one with you know, Vince Russo and Ed Ferrara when they're coming up with you know, things to put on a pole matches. Kylo Ren, more. Can we get Judy Bagwell? More. Or was Judy? No, Judy Bagwell was on a forklift. It was Judy Bagwell on a forklift. That's what it was. And it was was it Buff versus Ricky Steiner?
When was that?
It was Buff Bagwell. It was
Buff
Judy Bagwell on
Bagwell.
a pole. His mom was on a forklift on a pallet.
Oh, yeah, okay.
I think it was Steiner. He was I'm not sure, but yeah, it was like everything was on a pole with them too. I'm like, what are you two fucking? Yeah, all right, I see. But no, man, there were so many odd pairings, and like I like that when they had Raven, Vampiro, and ICP in that stable called the Deadpool. That was that was fucking solid, dude. Vampiro was so underrated. Like I really wish he would have come to WWE, and they could have put him and Gangrel together.
Yeah.
I mean,
that would have been pretty cool, you know.
Dude, Gangrel his psychology was good. He was a serviceable worker. Vampiro was a better worker of the two of them.
Didn't you work with Gangrel at all?
Me?
Didn't you? Yeah, because I know.
No.
You know, Rick Green did and everything. So
he was never in any of the card. That was at UCW.
Yeah, I thought you worked on some of that.
I only worked there. It was a one night only. That was the one time I used my Armenian gimmick. I was Severian Kardashian, and me and Big Chuck managed Dillinger, and they had the tournament, and we had Pete Christie in the first round, and he went over on James, but we got like a few like chokes in on him and shit like that on the ropes, but yeah, that was the only time I was supposed to go in and become like the commissioner there at one point, but shit just didn't work out. I really felt bad because they were going to put me like over as like a babyface commissioner right from the go, and I wasn't even going to have to ring announce, which was fucking nice, but I couldn't. I'm glad I didn't now, because that Brian Mayday that ran that is just a grade A fucking douchebag. Like he's a piece of shit. He is. I have no bones about saying that. And he still owes me gas money for dropping his shitty ass canvas off. So fuck you, Mayday, if you ever see this.
Damn, fighting word.
It's fired. It's on principle. It's $15, which I mean, $15 is $15, but I mean, still, it's like that's principle alone, man. And the motherfucker was home when we dropped he was supposed to come out, and he owed Rick money or something, and he agreed to pay me for trans to drop the bitch off because we were going to a Manny show that day.
Okay.
And we had to drop the canvas off, an apron for him in Bay City. And we stopped on the way down because I had my wife's she had an Escape at the time. So we just got together, and yeah, I was driving that. And yeah, this motherfucker's in his house, TV's on and shit. There was like 2 cases of beer outside. The only reason I didn't snag it for fucking payment was because it was natty ice. I'm like, oh.
You should have grabbed it anyways. Mix it.
Oh man, we were going to the bingo hall, man, for Manny's show. You walk back to the bar back there, man. The essays back there running the bar was like $1.50 fucking Jack and Cokes, and she made the bitches strong for me.
You could have been giving out natties to the boys for free, bud. Fuck
yeah.
It, you know? I would have drank it. I was a poor young bastard back then.
It would have came down to how fast we can drink a natty.
Yep. That's the only way to drink natty is like you got to pound that shit back.
You got to shotgun that. Holy shit.
Speaking of like beers in the locker room and shit, I still remember that first night I was in IWE because I came in with my gear bag and I had a rolling cooler. And I had a 5th of vodka, a couple bottles of Gatorade, which was my go-to. But then I had like 6 Stella Artois. I had like 6 Stella Artois in there, and I opened that up, and Mark Bruff and Rick Cartier and me and James were all, and Brandon were sitting back in the one corner because I was like, nah, man, we're the OGs. We're gonna sit back in our own fucking corner, dude. We're a fucking stable. We're sitting together. Fuck that. You know, I'm like, I'm gonna set that shit off. Like, you know, you can remember UWA, the locker room, how everybody was always like, you had your certain areas. Like, nope, dude. I was like, nope, we're clicked up back here. Fuck
every
that.
locker room. Yep. Oh yeah.
Yeah, you get every dude. Apex was like that, like big time. You could tell, like all the Detroit boys hung together, and then like
absolutely.
But you would have like the segments, like you would have like the Monroes, like the brothers, like Atlas Hightower and the Monroes, and I'm trying to think of other homeboys' name that was down there. But there was like 4, 5, 6 brothers in the locker room at one time. Like at one point there was like only like 3, 4 white dudes on the card at one point. It was kind of funny. I was just like, because the locker room like progressed, like it did. It went like. Because I saw a change in Apex over like 2 years. Like there was a really big turnover of workers there. And what we started doing was bringing in all the XI guys. So, and that's when I had a shot to get in as a manager at XICW because Jamie Cox and I became kind of tight. And I was getting in really decent with Malcolm Monroe Jr.
Yeah.
And because him and MM3, they would work the shows there. And I mean, they were both really fucking cool. They were always like very, Malcolm was very, very polite, very professional, super. I got nothing good things to say about those two, but I just couldn't make the commitment to the card because like I was living in, I was in Houghton Lake and then I moved to Big Rapids, but like I would have had to go to Detroit. Like, I mean, they run a couple shows a month too sometimes. So it was and XICW is like the mafia, dude. If you're in, you're in. You do not miss a fucking booking. You do not. You're blacklisted if you do.
Yep. You know, dude, I never belonged to a clique ever. You know, like I was the floater, man. Every time backstage, it doesn't matter what locker room it was in. It was like, hey, I'm gonna pop a squat here, and who's ever around me, I mean, we're kicking it, we're chilling, and it always happened that way. You know, always. I never had a clique. I never was part of a group. It wasn't like, you know, it was. And that literally was every single locker room, you know.
The only one I ever really got like that in was IWE because it was like, we're a stable. I'm like, we got to be a fucking like a group, man. We got to be cohesive. So I'm like, we're going to fucking sit together. I'm like, that, you know, that.
I didn't give a shit. It's like, I still came over and sat with you guys.
Yeah, I mean, we weren't telling people you can't fucking sit with us, but I mean, it was just like, you know,
you guys hung it together because you guys are plotting all your shit and all that stuff. It's like,
and we'll
you guys still made your rounds, still talked to everybody.
Oh yeah, we never excluded anybody. I mean, no.
Like I was in another locker room where it was the opposite. You know, there was like a separate room where other guys were hanging out in. It's like come on, man. We can hang out together. It's like, what the hell, you know?
Apex used to be like that when we were running at the Buena Vista Community Center because it would be Chuck Wagon and Rude Boy and a couple of their what's his name? Well, actually he wouldn't. I'm trying to think. What's the big Christian dude? Malice. Chris Lee.
Gideon Chris. Yeah, Chris.
Lee, who is he's probably the most amazing human being I met in my time in the wrestling business. I mean, like, dude is he's just a great human being. Him and his wife both, Tina, they're just super awesome people. But because Chuck and them would be, and there's nothing against Chuck Wagon, because I love Chuck. Chuck's a good dude. Rude Boy, Rudy, you know. But they would have like a separate locker room for those two and whoever the name was, because they were booking like some minor names. Like they had Matt Stryker, who Matt actually hung out with me because I had a Toto shirt on that said Africa, and he was like, "Are you just a hipster, or do you actually like Toto?" I'm like, "No, bro, I grew up in the 80s. I love Toto, man." So, and he sat there and he talked to me. He goes, "Why aren't you working?" He goes, "How many shows do you work a month?" I'm like, 1 or 2. And he's like, he goes, "Do you just announce or do you work too?" I'm like, I have worked. I'm like, I'm not fully trained. So I'm like, I really don't, because it's not a good look, you know? I'm like, I'm not, you know, I was like, I can work, but I'm like, I'm not going to. So he was like, you know, he goes, fuck, he goes, if you were working, you know, 5-6 shows a month, he goes, you'd probably be on television. You know, super, like, very cool, very supportive guy. But, you know, I mean, it was just like, he was one of the names in the locker room, him and Abyss, dude. Abyss walked up and scared the shit out of me, because he walks around, he had his fucking mask on. And we just got in, me, Jamie Cox, I think the Scarbonis, we got done burning one out back. And fucking Abyss walks in and puts his hand on my shoulder. He's like, "That smells good." He goes, "Is there any more?" I'm like, "Fuck yeah, holy shit." He scared the shit out of me. He's like, Abyss is like 6'8", about like 300 something pounds. I mean, he's a big motherfucker. He was like, "Jesus Christ," you know. He's like, I was like, "All right." I was like, "I'll burn one with you, no problem, man." I was like, "You got to take a picture with me though." He goes, "Well, okay, whatever. Fuck, I don't care." I was like, "You already got the mask on," so we just took a quick picture. It's kind of dark, but it's still on my Facebook page, the original Facebook page.
Yeah.
It's still in there, and he was super fucking cool, man. No, the biggest asshole, 2 of them I've ever met, or were 2 of my favorite workers in ECW, was Sabu and the Sandman. They were both disappointingly douchebags.
I've hung out with Sabu. I mean, he was never a dick to me. The couple times that I actually hung out with him,
He's just a dick in general. He's a jaded, like, old fucking grizzled fucking asshole.
I can
like,
see it. You know, I seen him.
He had to have a GoFundMe account for his fucking hip replacement, which if he would have managed his money better when he was in WWF, he made $80 grand for WWE 2K8.
Damn.
The Sandman told me how much money they got paid for that fucking game. They got $80 grand a piece for that.
Holy shit.
Plus they got like 40 or 50 grand for WrestleMania. Remember how they went over at that quick match at WrestleMania 23? The ECW's original was like Van Dam, Dreamer, Sabu, and Sandman versus Elijah, whatever his name was, D'Angelo Pope or whatever. I think he ended up being. You know, but him and Marcus Corvon, you know, Manny's boy from Saginaw, Monty Brown. Monty Brown.
Oh yeah, yep.
Who's Monty Brown's another cool. He's another cool motherfucker. He's a legit good dude. But yeah, so they got paid like 50 grand for that WrestleMania match and 80 grand for the video game for just doing their fucking likenesses and the mocap and shit like that. And yeah, he had to have Sabu had to have a GoFundMe for a hip replacement. So player, you need to learn how to manage your money better. He didn't have a driver's license. Man, he had to bail his ass out of jail to get him to show up to a show because he got pinched for driving without a license up in the UP.
Are you serious?
I'm not fucking joking.
I didn't know that shit. No, that's a good story. That's good. I didn't know that.
Derek, my old boss in the dealership, was Manny's partner in UWA. Derek bought in and was half, like, he was like an investor in that. So Derek, because Manny went and asked him for fucking money, and I guarantee if Manny ever sees this, I'm gonna get heat for it, but I don't give a fuck. He had to go ask Derek for more money because they had to bail Sabu out of fucking jail because this dumbass got pinched out driving out of license. So he'd come down he had this little Mexican dude used to drive him around, and he'd wear like a little Shriner's hat and shit like that sometimes. But yeah, you remember he used to carry that little fucking shitty ass dog around with him? You remember that? Were you ever in the locker room? That fucking dog was like 200 fucking years old. It looked older than him and Melissa Coates put together.
Oh yeah, I remember that. I remember being in a pot circle with him, and he was talking. He had this dog, and he was talking about his dog, and everybody at the same time just like stood up and walked away. He's like, so nobody wants to hear about my fucking dog, huh? Then fuck you guys.
Dude.
And I shit you not, sitting back there, dude, I looked at him straight up, dude, about fried out of my head, like, man, I want to hear about your dog, bro.
That was in Saginaw. That was the night he tried to buy weed from me.
That probably was the night, yeah, dude. It was a bunch of us.
Everybody just walked. I'm like, nope. And then he come up to me later on. He's like, "Where you going?" I'm like, "Houghton Lake." They got weed at Houghton Lake. I'm like, "Yeah." I'm like, "Man, I'm going home sitting on fucking like 2 ounces anyway. I ain't fucking fuck you, man. I don't know you. I don't trust you. You fucking dirtball."
Yeah.
Oh man, I ain't selling you no weed. Nigga, you get pissed and fucking probably come back and rat on me or just sold me a dime bag. I'm Sabu.
Yeah, man, you gotta be careful, you know. Just gotta be careful with that shit.
You just got arrested for fucking driving without a license. Like, what the fuck? You were on Monday night. Shit on Sabu tonight. Shit on Sabu night. Fuck it. Why not? We'll watch him and Terry Funk working barbed wire next week. Oh God. So we got a match to watch. Jared, what match have you selected for us this week?
All right. If anybody watches Dark Side of the Ring, there was a episode called Cocaine and Cowboy Boots. All right. And it was about Herb Abrams, Mr. Electricity. And he had a promotion in the early 90s, UWF. I think it started in 1990, something like that. And anyways, like he was really trying to like push and, try to get a promotion that was going to defeat, WWF. But it failed miserably, even though he had a lot of old talent and stuff like that, guys coming in. He had Bruno Sammartino, was like commentating with them. At one point, he had Andre the Giant. He had a lot of stuff. Well, anyways, their pay-per-view they had, it's kind of weird because like I really didn't know anything about all this until I I knew UWF existed, but like I was just kind of like, oh yeah, that's one of those many promotions that came up. But up until like I watched the episode, I'm like, oh man, I gotta check more of this stuff out. So we're gonna watch the pay-per-view they tried to push. They had it in Las Vegas. It was the Blackjack Brawl. It was at the MGM Grand in Las Vegas, and the seat was like, I think it was like could sit like 17,000 people, something like that. But I think they only sold like 300 tickets. It's like I've been in an event, a wrestling event where it's like 300 people in the ring, or in the audience. So this is gonna be kind of crazy because this is gonna be another topic of dealing with Dark Side of the Ring, which is Jimmy Snuka, and it was Jimmy Snuka versus Mick Foley. And it was a lumberjack match. So hopefully we're going to watch that and kind of commentate on that. That should be really cool. But it's kind of weird. Like Mick Foley, like I've got mixed feelings for him because like growing up, I didn't really get him. I didn't really care for him too much. It wasn't until later on when I got older and started getting to know the business a little bit more and stuff like that. I really, really love Mick Foley and what he's done in the business. Cactus Jack character, I think, is my favorite of his personas. The match is going to be Cactus Jack and the Superfly Jimmy Snuka in a lumberjack match. I haven't seen this. Pete haven't seen this. I don't know if Will's seen this. This is going to be insanity. I mean,
no, this would be different.
Yeah, it's like I'm kind of excited to see this. It's like like hearing about it and like, oh yeah, I'm finally gonna check it out. It's like this is the best time to check it out. It's like we're gonna watch it. Probably gonna see a lot of people like Dan Spivey and all that stuff in the crowd. Like
Dangerous Dan.
Yeah, it's like UWF had, that's the thing people forget. There was a lot of star power that was in this, except for Herb Abrams. He was just blowing it all the money on like coke and hookers, you know, and yeah. There was a really good one. B. Brian Blair. Yeah, B. Brian Blair said it really good in the Dark Side of the Ring episode. He goes, he died doing what he loved, you know, cocaine and hookers.
Sounds like a fucking human version of Bender from Futurama.
Oh, dude, like legit. That's what this guy was. He was Bender,
Just
and
replace blackjack with cocaine.
He would yeah, like Herb would do all the announcing and stuff like that, and but yeah, it's like the whole thing is like really fascinating. It's like when you just like catch little details here and there, but then when the episode came out, I'm like, holy fuck, I had no idea this shit was like this. So then you start like a lot of things, you start going down the rabbit hole, you know.
Yeah.
Like I didn't really follow a lot of stuff that happened in the 90s, you know, like later on when I got older, like I started following stuff that like Japan was doing and stuff like that in the 90s. And so it's kind of interesting to see like another weird promotion that just like came out and had all these great talent, but didn't really know what he was doing, you know, with it. He had the money, even though he was another guy that didn't pay his you know, his wrestlers, and he didn't pay the venues either. So he was one of those guys that was pretty shady.
Oh shit, yeah. Sounds like a Brian Mayday promoter. Oh shit, the match before, or what's that other fucking idiot's name? Oh god, he his dad used to run a Kobo. He's the one that's always making an ass out of himself. Will. Oh, Will's gone. God damn, I'm trying to think of this guy's name. Oh shit. The Sheik was his like grandfather or something. Farhat.
Oh,
Eddie Farhat. Eddie, hey Will, remember Eddie Farhat Jr.?
I'm not sure. Refresh my memory.
AWWL. He used to try to sign people to contracts and shit and tell them they were going to be on TV.
Yes, I do.
Remember that
Yes,
fucking douchebag? He asked me because I was working for Michigan Championship Wrestling, and he was like, "You want to come over and be my announcer? You'd be on TV every week. You got to sign a contract." I'm like, "Motherfucker, this is indie wrestling. You ain't gonna pay me more than $10 to be a ring announcer. Fuck you. I get 50 here and free drinks." The promoters would give me like $20 for drinks usually. They never like, don't tell any of the boys we do that. We threw like $20 because we know you like your whiskey. And they threw $20 at the fucking bar, and I get like 5 Jack and Cokes. They're like $4 a piece. So nice. I go up to the bar. Yeah, fuck yeah, it was outdoor. Did you ever work them shows down at the Montrose pub, Will?
Not in Montrose. No, I didn't.
Oh, dude, those two promoters they were just fucking marks. But,
didn't you do them at the Token too?
There's a lot of mark promoters.
I never worked at the Token. We worked at the Montrose pub, and then we did a thing down at the Blueberry Festival down by the railroad tracks in Montrose, but I never worked at the Token.
I've done a couple of shows at the Token. The Token's awesome.
Yeah, I've been to a lot of shows, like not wrestling shows, but I've been to a lot of concerts and stuff like that there. So it's a cool venue.
So let's see here. We got fucking the match before the Snuka and Mick Foley match is Candy Devine and Tina Moretti, aka Ivory, Tina Ferrari.
I tell you what, they had some good bodies on them girls.
Yeah.
And from what I remember, those girls could wrestle too.
Ivory was a worker. She was solid. Like she did like I said, she was in like UWF. She was in Glow. Yeah. That's where she was Tina Ferrari. And back in the 80s, little fun fact, Tina Ferrari used to do some of those like apartment style videos too. For like Joan Weiss and Premier Productions and shit like that. Don't ask me how I know the names of the companies, but I do. But yeah, she used to do some of those too. But yeah, she was around the business for a long, probably like 30 years plus at least.
Yeah.
But she could legitimately work. That was the thing I always dug about her.
Yeah, in the 80s and or early 90s, it's like, yeah, when she was at her peak and stuff like that. What would you say, Candy Devine or whatever her name is?
Yeah.
Or Devin or whatever. Like she could freaking work too. It was crazy. They had awesome bodies on them, and
oh yeah,
like you could tell they worked out and they did the drills. They could go,
What was
but
I'm trying to think of the one girl's name. She was in fuck, I can't remember what it was like LPWA, if you remember that. Terry Potch or Terry Powers.
Terry Powers, okay.
Yep, she came over and she was X-Pac's valet, that kind of buff chick he had with him in DX. She was Tori.
Oh, okay.
She worked back in the day too in the 80s. But yeah, she was like I said, I think I saw her because I used to watch it was LPWA she was in, and that's where I first saw her. But yeah, she was like ahead of her time with her physique too. She had like that bodybuilder physique, but she could actually work. So
right.
Kind of one
and the Amazon woman look.
Oh yeah. Death by Snoo Snoo. I have no problem. I don't mind flying the freak flag. I don't give a fuck. Shit. Hang on a second. I got to do this damn thing here before I hit it. Where's it at? Where's you at? Right here.
There she is.
All right. So we got this queued up right here. Maximize this right here. And you see that right now, that Honky Tonk Man RF video shoot interview. If you ever get a chance to watch any Honky Tonk Man shoots, oh my God,
they're great. I've watched most of them. It's like he's kind of jaded in a lot of ways, but but sometimes too it's kind of hard to decipher what's bullshit, because you hear contradicting stories about Honky Tonk Man and his version of things. So, but it's like when you watch his videos, you tend to believe him, but you don't know if he's just bullshitting you or not. Yeah.
One of the funniest ones I've ever heard was, Jamie Dundee, JC Ice,
okay,
PG-13, talking about Jacqueline blowing 4 dudes in a shower in Memphis when she was back when she used to wear. It was like when she used to work as Miss Texas, and I'm like, I can believe that.
I can believe that. That's not far fetched. Yeah.
No. I always want to see her naked. She was like 5 foot tall.
I guess a lot of dudes did.
Yeah,
I did. You weren't on the other side of the coin.
Fucking rats! God damn it! Fucking rats! All right, so I'm gonna start this up right, y'all.
The unpredictable Cactus Jack. Cactus Jack. One of the world's great wrestlers, ladies and gentlemen. Here he comes. He's a mean guy.
That's a horrible. Is that Herb ring announcing?
That's a mean guy.
Oh my God! As a former ring announcer, that just makes me cringe.
Right. Bang bang. Look at him.
He's not very nice.
He's not a very nice guy.
Very nice.
I love that Truth or Consequences, New Mexico.
This is a lumberjack match.
This is a lumberjack match. Here he comes.
Ladies and gentlemen.
No
There's
ring
Herb
music,
right there. There's Herb.
He's using Is That Tough Enough by the Fabulous Thunderbirds.
Yeah.
Oh, I can hear it now. Okay. It's just very, very low.
Gentlemen, let me hear it for Jimmy Superfly Snuka. Jimmy Superfly Snuka.
He's using the Hawaii 5-0 theme song.
This is a lumberjack.
Holy shit.
It's probably the only CD they had laying around backstage.
CD, this is a motherfucking 8-track tape.
Okay, it's the only tape they had laying backstage. You're right. It probably is 8-track.
Ladies and gentlemen, if you're having a good time, let me hear you say yeah.
Yeah.
Oh my God. Yeah. It's like there's like 300 people.
Oh my God.
He's like, what the fuck?
Is this a DJ at a roller rink?
Sounds like a wedding announcer. You guys having a good time? Let's hear it for the bride and groom.
Amazing.
Jesus.
our profession. Naturally, Jimmy Superfly Snuka, credit to our profession. This should be one.
We got there. We got Barbarian, or is that the Warlord?
That's Warlord.
Yep. That's a big motherfucker that never got a good push.
No,
It's like
he was a beast.
they made him look paper thin.
Yep. Hey, what's up, manliness and motivation? How you doing, Wes? Good to see you, brother. Thanks for joining us, man.
So why don't you explain to our audience what exactly that means, John Tolis?
I dropped you guys a message in the private chat.
Oh, there's Spivey. That's Spivey. Who the fuck is that?
We need him right now for the Corona response.
Oh, I see.
They're doing fucking photo shoot. This is a pay-per-view.
All around us now in this one, huh? Oh, there you see Snuka. Always with a very peculiar look on his face. You never know what he's thinking. If he's thinking at all.
Here comes Stevie the Wild Man Ray.
Still filling up.
And let me hear one more time for the Killer Bees. Here they come, ladies and gentlemen. They got Warlord. They got the World Tag Team Champions. They got the Power of Pain. They got the Power Twins. They got Sunny Beach.
Was that B. Brian Blair? Who is that? Yep.
That he and Jim Brunzell won for the UWF title.
Because they're interested in this match. They want to see this match.
Steve the Wild Thing Ray also here.
Right. Most of these guys are interested in this match. They want to see because they know they're going to see a great match. A super match here. These two guys are two great credits to the wrestling profession. And I'm happy to say that the UWF should be very proud to have these two guys.
We are live from the MGM Grand Garden Arena.
Take a look at this. Cactus Jack from Cruiser Consequences, New Mexico. 1 year he's got no teeth. The next year he's got no hair.
Nice. Very observant.
And a normal man will pick up.
Wonder how he lost that.
He just stepped on and went back in the ring and started wrestling again.
I understand that John Wayne Bobbitt had a similar problem.
I'm talking about the ear,
Oh,
man. The ear.
I'm sorry, but I don't know what part of the body it was.
EAR.
Well, back to the wrestling action.
Snooker's trademark move is get on that top of that rope and give the greatest dive in the history of professional wrestling. He takes that dive.
What the hell's going on?
All right, I'm back here.
All right.
Pete fell out of the chair.
I was gonna say, Jesus.
Oh shit, I forgot. I met Jimmy Snuka.
I'm the crazy man.
You forgot?
What's
Yeah,
the guy?
with you and Chuck, right?
He was this was back in like 04 in Houghton Lake.
Okay.
He was working for what was the indie company's name? It was out of Cadillac. It wasn't Freedom.
UWE.
No.
Oh,
It wasn't.
okay. All right.
It wasn't Freedom. It was some Don West guy, I think. No. Fuck, I can't remember his name. But it was MWL or I don't know, some shit like that. But they came over and worked a show at the old Holiday Inn here in the atrium. And
Okay.
Jimmy Snuka was the name on the card. And we got there, and he's outside smoking a square, like in full gimmick. Like just sitting there smoking a cigarette, and everybody's walking in, and he's dropping, the Superfly, sign on everybody and shit. And I mean, it was fucking hilarious. And I got in the ring and got a Polaroid taken with him, which I have somewhere.
A Polaroid.
Yeah, dude. He's like,
I heard he's a nice guy. He was a nice guy, kind of, for being a murderer or whatever it was, that he's accused of. But
Oh shit, I forgot about that.
Dude, no, he was so nice. He was so
that's
polite.
what I hear. That's all I hear is him being a nice guy. But
yeah, it's hard to believe he choked a bitch. I mean,
or did something to her.
He went Ezra Miller. I mean, it was like Ezra Miller meets Ray Rice.
Did she overcook his steak?
Burn the pot roast. That's what fucking happens. That's what happens when you burn the pot roast. Keely Chow This video is the UWF Blackjack Brawl from 1994, my friend.
It's the big pay-per-view for UWF.
I worked a fucking, what is that, PPW show in 2012 that had a bigger draw than this.
Oh, okay.
For that fucking piece of shit Joe Bird.
Well, it's like you think a pay-per-view, you're in Las Vegas and you only got 300 people in there. Like the house lights are all off.
Yeah. That's fucked up. Like,
That's
I mean,
true.
I've dude, XICW draws more people than this.
Oh, it's Herb Abrams.
What a match. How you doing, Herb?
Oh, Herbie's here on the mic now.
Uh-oh.
You hear him every couple seconds just going,
Yeah. Yeah. Snorting and going, fuck. He's like, well, at least we're in Vegas.
who's got a cigarette? I need a beer and a cigarette stat.
He's thinking about all the hookers up in his hotel room.
Yep.
Everybody's falling out. I gotta get out of here too.
Not that I condone that sort of thing, but
Oh my
Right.
gosh.
I do. I condone it. Have fun. Enjoy yourself, bitches. It's a celebration. Oh, Manly's motivation says this is highlighting this comment right here.
Yeah.
Oh, Wes, you're fucking awesome, dude.
Get him back in there. Get him back.
Yeah, man, look at the Warlord. He's built like it's fucking 2010.
And yeah, they always made him like look weak.
Yeah.
Every promotion, it's like he should be tearing people apart.
What is going on here, John?
Do you know who he reminds me of, Will? Is Nitro. Remember Nitro? Phil Monahan?
Oh, yeah. Fine. Yep.
Have you ever worked with him, Jared? Phil, have you ever met Phil Monahan?
I've never met him yet.
He's a fucking big motherfucker. I don't know if he works anymore.
I've heard a lot about him.
He's really cool though. He's like very laid back. And the Monahans are like the Von Erichs, not like a tragic story, but there's like 900 of them. There's like Phil Monahan, Jeremy Monahan. There's Monahan.
I hear all those names all the time. I just never met any of them yet.
Yep, there's a shitload. Well, they all used to be in the it was like the Wagon family. It was Chuck Wagon's gimmick back in the day. It was like almost like the Dudleys.
Okay.
Oh boy, that Herb Abrams has put on quite a show here.
Phil Monahan gorilla pressed me out of the ring during a battle royal once.
Was that in Saginaw?
Yes.
I remember that because that was the night he broke. He was like quote unquote broke Christopher Saint's neck.
Oh yeah,
dude, his finisher literally he sat Saint down the middle of the ring and like snapped his neck.
I think it's because we were all stoned.
Probably.
I'm serious. Like that was the only time I ever like was in a ring stoned. I've never done it before. I've never done it after, and I didn't know that I was even going to be in that match. Or I would have not have smoked anything. Like literally, I smoke and man, he's like, "You in the battle royal, cuz." I'm like, "What?" I can't. But I did.
I can't even fucking open my eyes,
as soon as
bro.
Why? I don't know. I couldn't even fathom working sober. That would be like that's a foreign concept to me.
I always had like and it's just personal, really. It's just a personal strict policy. Like, I never do anything before a match, only after the match.
I just wouldn't do anything during the match. If I could have incorporated it, I would have. Trust me, if I could have come down to the ring and ripped a bong in the middle of the ring, I fucking would have because it would have been fucking hilarious. Like I would have loved that. They're announcing me and I'm like, shut the fuck up. I'm
look on everybody's face.
Yep. Just pull out a fucking like come out with like a fucking bandana and have like a joint tucked up in it, pull it out, fucking light that bitch up, or come out smoking it like Sandman. I would have been drinking a fucking a White Russian, and smoking a joint like the dude walking down to the ring.
Oh yeah.
Fucking like a small little mirror and $100 bill. Just
Yep. No. Is this motherfucker?
The only time.
Yep, he is.
The only time I like drank before a match was at it was in IBW when I was doing the drunk Irish gimmick, and it was only because like I was just like, I think it was the manager to the guy I was working with. He was like, "Do you want a drink or something?" I'm like, "If you guys are cool with it, I'll have a beer." And then like I grabbed a beer before the match, but then during the match, we did a gimmick where like my opponent's manager ended up giving me a beer for whatever reason. So that was kind of fun. It wasn't like I was shit-faced or anything.
Yeah, I got.
oh shit! Look at they're going up into the crowd.
Oh shit! EC Dub.
Look at all the empty seats.
Oh my
Holy
God.
shit!
Look at all the invisible people who turned out for this. This is what wrestling's gonna look like moving forward after the COVID.
Yep.
Oh yeah,
social
ugh,
distancing.
yeah. They ain't gonna do no fucking suplex in here. Oh shit!
Yep.
And then the camera zooms out of that. What?
Why would
Somebody
you do
fire that guy.
Yeah. Fuck you doing, kid?
I've never seen anything like this.
Go back to Specs Howard.
Nobody's seen anything like that because there's nobody in the crowd, yo.
And no one's seen the camera angle either.
I see
Bring-
more wrestlers than I see fans.
Yep. Bring the lumberjacks up there to make it look like there's fans.
Just have them sit in the seats.
Yeah, just go up there and sit down. That's what Vince did with the WCW guys during the invasion. Hey, go sit in the crowd.
Go sit in the crowd.
This was one exciting lumberjack brawl. Back in just a moment.
Wait, commercials in a pay-per-view?
In a pay-per-view? That's fucking shit.
I was gonna say, wait, what? How is that?
What in the hell?
What the hell? God damn it! Ain't there ain't no goddamn commercials in a pay-per-view.
Unless they're going to sell propane.
And now a word from our sponsor, Tough Actin' Tenactin.
Nuprin. We don't even fucking sell Nuprin.
Wes knows. Wes knows. Half the people in the stands have to stay afterwards and break the ring down.
Yeah.
Was that the end of the
That's
match?
Sid Vicious. Yeah, Sid Vicious. What the fuck? What the hell
Malicious?
happened?
That was the end of the fucking match?
I
Whoa.
guess.
Jesus.
There's
Dude,
her right
what?
there, the yellow jacket. What? Oh, what? So is the DQ?
I guess so. It's a fucking lumberjack match. That doesn't make much sense.
Yeah, the lumberjack?
Yeah. The whole
I
point
am
is like the
completely
lumberjacks
confused.
are supposed to get him back in the ring.
279 pounds from Lakewood.
Oh, holy shit. Okay. That was disappointing. Holy hell.
Well, fuck it. Sid Vicious is in the ring. I'll
Yep,
watch this shit.
Yeah, we'll fucking watch Sid Vicious. Who's he fighting?
Dr. Death.
Steve Williams? No shit.
Yeah.
John, here's the match we've all been waiting for.
Oh, no
Yeah.
shit. Okay.
Steve Williams.
Fuck, dude, he was a badass. Like, if it wasn't for that stupid brawl for all, he probably would have had a hell of a
Brawl
career.
for all. Man, that shit ended his career.
That ended his fucking career. It was ridiculous.
You made a guy that you basically built up to be ultimate badass
Yep.
and just knocked his ass out in real life.
Was that Bart Gunn?
Bart Gunn.
Yep.
Good for him. Good for Bart Gunn.
Yeah, because he never did
But-
anything after that.
But the shitty of it is they put him against Butterbean,
Yeah.
an actual fighter. That was fucking stupid.
Yep.
Tell you what, a lot of people give Sid Vicious a lot of shit. I
like Sid.
I like Sid. He's got a good look.
Yep.
He's not the greatest worker. He can cut a promo, even though he did that really shitty, he didn't know he was like live,
Yeah.
promo.
Yeah.
But-
Can we redo a second? Oh, we're live.
Yeah.
Here's the Mean Gene.
Yeah, he's like, we're live. He's like, oh shit.
Do you?
But
do
he
you
had
remember-
he had a lot of good intensity. His run with Hogan was really good.
Yes.
You know, like they both were like buddies, and then I know they were gonna push him as like the next Hogan Ultimate Warrior thing. But he's like, no, I want to be a heel.
Sid Vicious or Steve Williams will prevail and
What were you gonna say, Pete?
There we go.
Shit, now I forgot. I can't remember what I was gonna say. I'm trying to think. It was a vicious. It was a match he had. I'm trying to think. Oh no, it was a promo. Do you remember the promo he did? He tried to cut on Hall and Nash, where he's like, "And if I have half the brain that you do," and fucking and Hall and Nash are just in the ring, and they start fucking laughing. You could see Sid, like, after he said it, he kind of thought, he was like, "Fuck."
Well, the best Sid Vicious like acting is when a certain somebody came through the drywall.
Oh God. Oh, the Shockmaster. Fucking Tugboat. Way to go, Tugboat.
Way to go. The Shockmaster. And he's like, no!
Fucking Tugboat fell through the wall.
It's Typhoon.
Oh, was it Typhoon? Yeah.
It's both.
Yeah, I was gonna say it was both. Oh, he missed that.
Fuck.
Missed that by a country mile. His son was on Big Brother. Sid's kid. He looks he looked like a mini version of Sid, like exactly to a T.
Is he built?
Not huge. He's not like anywhere near as tall as his dad. I mean, he's a big kid, but he looked, I mean, facially, hair looked exactly He's got like the same curly ass, like kind of like almost like borderline mullet kind of hair.
Oh, really?
Oh yeah.
The white man's Jerry curl.
He does. He's got like almost like a Jew curl going on.
Like the soul glow.
So let your soul glow.
This ain't a bad match, though.
No.
I mean, but you got two guys. I mean, Dr. Death, he could work.
Yes, he could.
Oh, yeah.
He could sell, you know.
If Sid's working with the right person, he can put on a show. That's the thing about Sid. Don't try to make him go up on the fucking ropes. Vince Russo.
Yeah. He could do a big man match.
Yep.
Oh, shit. All right. That's cool. That's pretty cool.
Nice. Nice little reversal there.
Yeah. It's actually fucking wrestling here. Shit.
Nothing wrong with that strategy.
You go for the rope, you can wrestle another day.
Look at this.
You go for the ropes, you can wrestle another day.
Thank you very much, Captain Obvious.
Jesus. Herb Abrams, he knew nothing about wrestling. He was just a fan.
Yep.
Oh, Jesus. That's funny.
And red shorts is behind black shorts. Oh, and black shorts spins around.
All American. Guy has it all, and so is his Sid Vicious.
Oh, nice. What a move. Oh, shit. Another move.
Staring each other down. No, not at all. Not at all.
No, not at all.
Not at all.
Eh.
And the intensity of these two wrestlers just typifies this entire evening.
See, look at Sid selling a headlock takeover, man. Snapping into a head scissor. For a big man, that's not bad.
They're fucking going. I mean, they're moving.
Yeah. I mean, dude, he just did a kick up.
He did a kick up. Oh shit. Choke slam? Fuck.
But dude, Sid just did a kick up. Let's not understate that, because that was impressive for a big man.
For a big man with legs that long.
Yeah.
He's doing Hulk Hogan's
Yep.
You're gonna beat Sid Vicious. You're gonna kill him. That's the only way
You're gonna kill him.
I used to do that Hogan shit when I was ring announcing down in Saginaw or Apex. We were working outside of Detroit. I used to do that shit. Fucking crowd loved it. Crowd fucking loved it.
May happen here tonight.
That crowd's really popping though.
The electricity is so thick you could cut it with a knife.
Oh, dude, it's like, yeah, it's like you can feel it. Feel those cheers.
Certainly, we'd like to thank the folks at the MGM Hotel, the world's largest
For putting up with this low draw and hopefully not charging us full price.
Oh, fuck. He dodged out of the bill, too.
Oh, did he?
Yeah.
I sure you're not. This motherfucker is Brian Mayday, I think.
He had this guy Herb Abrams. He had a chain of clothing stores for plus size women called I'm a Big Girl Now.
Oh my god.
Yeah, in the 80s. That's how he made his money.
Oh
No.
And he wanted to get into wrestling.
Why should I gamble? I'm in Las Vegas.
Gamble in Las Vegas too. An uppercut.
Oh shit.
man.
Wait, what is this? Oh fucking
Toe to toe right now.
Yes, they are.
One guy from Oklahoma.
you've made the right choice. You've made the correct decision.
Great snake.
Yep.
I love it. Will says, I want to thank all you cool cats and kittens for your birthday wishes. I should have. I haven't got a chance to get Will his birthday present yet. Carol Baskins is selling fucking COVID masks that are like cat patterned. So I'm gonna buy Will a fucking tiger fucking COVID.
Ooh.
Oh.
Ooh, perfect. Ooh.
Thanks for asking. 2 snaps and a
I will-
pelvic thrust.
Is it made out of real tiger?
It's yeah. They went down to
I hope so.
Doc Antilles to get that tiger.
I'll wear it in honor of Joe Exotic.
Have you guys watched that? Have you guys watched that documentary?
Oh yeah, I seen that.
Yes.
That Doc Antilles place in South Carolina. My sister.
Oh, where he's fucking grooming people.
The cult guy who's got like all the women. Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, I know a couple women who went there.
Did you say your sister went there?
Yeah, she did. She went there.
What?
She lived in Myrtle Beach for a couple of years, and they went there. Her and her roommate went there to check it out.
Oof.
Yeah, she said.
Was it?
She said you could tell right away he was Charles Manson to those women's, like Squeaky and all them. You know what I mean? Like it was like, oh yeah, they were. She goes, that's a fucking cult. I was like, well, you've been in a couple of them.
Oof.
Did you hear Nicolas Cage is playing Joe Exotic?
I heard that.
I heard that. If they actually,
I wanted David Spade.
Me too,
dude. That's what I said. I'm like, David Spade would be perfect for Joe Exotic. Like, are you fucking kidding me? He was like born for that role. Like,
just get Joe Exotic out of the fucking prison and then just have him play himself.
Yeah, that'd be like Kramer. That'd be like Kramer playing himself in the pilot episode of Seinfeld. Like,
exactly.
You can't act, but I'm playing me.
Yeah.
Hopefully Trump gives him a pardon, man. Go Trump, give him a pardon.
That would be fucking hilarious if he pardoned fucking Joe Exotic. Like, oh my
god.
Just so he can play himself in his own biopic.
I heard Joe Exotic. Joe Exotic. They're gonna make a movie about Joe Exotic. It's gonna be huge. It's gonna be a huge movie. Huge. I pardoned Joe Exotic. We're doing it bigly. I pardoned Joe Exotic. He's gonna play himself. Huge.
Trump's like, I'm gonna play one of the tigers. It's gonna be fucking huge.
He's gonna be the one. He's gonna be the one that bites that poor girl's arm off.
Yeah. They're gonna CGI me as like a tiger, kind of like in that big movie Cats.
Please, hashtag release the butthole cut of Cats.
Oh my god,
dude!
Trump as a tiger with CGI butthole in a fucking Joe Exotic.
Oh shit!
I would pay money to see that. I'd pay money to see
I
that.
would too. Hell yes. It's going to be terrific.
Take my money. Take my money.
Just take it all.
Take
Fuck,
it all.
buying 2 tickets because as soon as I get out of that theater, I'm going right back in.
Yep. I'm like the free bird. I go out the indoor and in the outdoor.
That movie would save the theater industry.
It would. Everybody be at the drive-in for that.
And everybody would vote for Trump after that documentary.
Oh, for sure.
They're like, no. We got to get you for a 3rd term.
He played a tiger, for God's sake.
He played a
We need
tiger.
a tiger for president. Hell yeah.
He showed his butthole.
Seriously, have either of you watched Cats?
Yeah, I've seen it. I don't want to like. Oh shit! I admit it on the internet. Fuck.
No, dude, we got it on pay-per-view because the video store is fucking closed still. So
right.
We got it on pay-per-view.
Horrible.
Dude, it was fucking terrible. Like but you know what? I watched Black Christmas this weekend. Fucking Dan Spivey.
Oh yeah.
Well, he was Sid's tag team partner at one point in was it the Twin Towers?
Yeah.
Yeah.
What the hell?
Look at this guy sell.
This motherfucker's out here in Jordans and stonewashed jeans and a fucking and a goddamn Ocean Pacific t-shirt.
Bro, he's 7 Busch Lights deep right now.
Oh, dude. They're gonna do assisted?
Yep.
Damn. Oh shit. He's like slammed his head.
Yeah. He didn't protect his neck. He didn't Wu-Tang Clan. You better protect your neck, motherfucker.
Oh, what is this?
Who's this?
They're trying to now protect Steve Williams, who is the UWF champion.
Who the fuck is that?
Steve Williams.
Is that Michael Hayes?
Johnny Ace. Oh shit!
Oh fuck yeah!
The winner.
That's when he was in the Dynamic Dudes.
Look at Abrams, man. There he is. Oh shit. He is coked out of his head.
Amazing story.
He looks like Brian Mayday.
He looks like Danny DeVito. It Always Sunny. He's like, they got the rum ham. They got the rum ham. I'm the trash. The trash man.
I'm the trash man. I'm gonna come out. I'm gonna start eating a bunch of garbage.
Oh my god. Fucking Johnny Ace. Oh Laurinaitis.
Okay. Can you imagine? There's her like he doesn't know what the fuck's going on.
Does he have a mic? Oh god, please let him cut a promo.
He's got his cowboy boots on.
Please let Herb cut a promo.
Let him cut a promo.
He pulls out it, watch him pull out a bullet and take a bump before
he's gonna get a mic.
For this night to end, John Tolis.
Do it.
Say Herb, give me a fucking mic. Do it.
Here's the thing. Can you imagine being the guy who paid $90 or whatever it is, $60 for a pay-per-view?
No.
Oh shit. Oh, I'd be irate.
Oh yeah, for this, I'd be fucking livid.
We all saw the big double cross.
The big double cross.
That son of a gun, Dan Spivey, he's done it once again.
That son of a gun.
We're gonna try and sign.
He's got 2 mics.
Are you willing to take on Sid Vicious in a steel cage? I'll tell you something, Herb Abrams.
Give me some blow.
You're the promoter of the UWF. Here at the MGM.
I don't think the steel cage match happened.
Written up before I leave this MGM. I'll sign that contract. And Danny Spivey, Sid Vicious, you haven't heard the last of the doctor. And I'll tell you what, Polly.
Herb's grinding his teeth. He's got drainage right now.
Cover my back.
Look at him.
He's thinking about.
Go ahead.
No, he's thinking about getting covered in his baby oil and getting coked up.
Yep.
Baby oil and coke.
John Laurinaitis. One day I'm gonna be the general manager of Raw.
Look at Spivey. Oh shit.
Did Dan Spivey just turn into Mike Enos? Is that the Mrs. Dad?
Oh, look at this guy.
Who are these guys?
What the fuck are they even yelling at? Are they yelling at Herb? Oh,
Look at her. Look, he's the A to Vito.
holy shit, he is.
Like,
What the fuck
Oh,
is
shit.
What is Adam West wearing a Greg Norman hat for? What the fuck is Batman doing there?
Oh shit.
look at this crowd. They're like, we paid for this?
Is that
Who's
Black?
that? Is that Black? Yeah, I think it's Black Check Mulligan. It's the same crowd, too. They're like, this is where everybody's at. All the empty seats behind them.
Yeah. Don't show that angle. Don't show that angle. Fuck, they showed that angle.
After all the years of the crap that you've done, Blackjack.
Every dirty book trick you've ever used in the book. God damn it, Spidey.
Some people change, Daddy. Some people change. And you change.
Look at Herb. Herb, are you really pushing up on him?
He's pushing up on him.
Herb.
William still has the belt.
Spivey's like, fuck you, cokehead.
Because either Sid or myself will get the belt. And that's all we got to say.
Oh my God, that was a pay-per-view. Holy shit.
Ooh.
That's a big oof. That's a big oof, ladies and gentlemen.
It's fine.
Oh my
Someone's
God.
pissed.
Oh wow.
He had what he had.
What? God damn it, man. Herb. Oh, Herb, buddy.
And what has he had?
Yeah.
What he has had.
Thank you very much.
That's my favorite line. Oh, that's perfect.
Why did that happen, Herb? You tell me.
And what has he had? I want you to tell him what he has had.
What are you doing? Future shit.
That's what Herb was doing, future shit.
He had the talent, you know, for like booking. He had all the old school guys.
Yeah.
His that promotion was about going back to the basics from like the 70s and stuff like that. But he had no idea what he was doing. He just knew wrestling as a fan. He had no like ins in the business or anything like that. It's
when you wore your pay-per-view from Wish.
Yeah, no shit. I got this from Alibaba.
Yeah, where'd you get this from? This is from Wish. Oh, goddamn.
We got this UWF 1995, 1993. What was it? 1993 pay-per-view. Holy shit.
It said Hogan. I ordered Hulk and I got Horace. What the fuck?
Horace. Fuck. Yeah, it's he had all the guys to do it, but man, that shit was thrown together, and I don't know who was promoting that stuff, but fuck.
Jim Cornette touched my nethers. I want to go on Jim Cornette's podcast. I would love.
Yeah, that'd be fun.
I would love to talk to Cornette. I have a feeling he'd probably end up fucking hating me by the end of it. But
yeah, he'd be like, "What the fuck do you know? That's who he'd be.
10 fucking
you don't
years.
fucking know anything.
10 fucking years in the business. Fuck you. You ain't shit, motherfucker. You never done nothing outside your fucking territory. What the fuck?
I was a goddamn photographer. I was a photographer, and then I was working the food stands. You don't know no shit, you green belly fucker.
Yeah, I'd be like, hey, Cornette, I can do something you can't. What's that? I can see my dick.
Oh, oof.
Yeah, and I'm fat too, so that just fucking goes without saying. But anyway, but hell, this has been a fucking fun. This has been a fun episode, man. This has definitely been fun.
Yeah.
I hope we did your birthday justice, Will.
Watching some UWF pay-per-view.
UWF, man.
Hell yeah.
If those matches had different finishes, like if they were finished better, those were solid. Like Sid and Dr. Death were working a good match.
Yeah. No, you're right. You're right.
It's Abrams. He was the booker.
Yeah.
So you can't, you know,
it's not the boys' fault.
it was on him, you know.
Yep.
He should have let the boys talk and dictate shit. Oh,
that's a problem. Like even if you're a mark promoter and you've got the jack to fucking book those kind of workers, dude, if you tell them, hey, look, I want you to go over, you're gonna have the belt. Okay, cool. Let them fucking work the fine print. You don't fuck with that. You just say, look, this is where I want it to go. They'll get you there. That's all you
give them. Yeah, you give them an A. You know, you get them 2 spots. You know, the A and the B. You know, this is where you start. This is how you finish it.
Yep.
But like, fuck, it's like even the camera guys got the shittiest angles. You know, they're like, no, this could be the money shot right here. We're gonna have like a full crowd right here. It's like the guy at the door should have been directing people to be like, all right, everybody go into one section, you know, and we're gonna film here. But shit, it's like, yeah, you seen the big boot, you know, Sid Vicious gave. It's like that camera angle is bad, but they didn't have any other cameras apparently, you know.
No.
Fuck.
And that's the one thing I will really credit IWE for is their camera work for an indie company is always impeccable. Like I love that's one thing I loved when I started working there was their production values, and it's gotten progressively better. I haven't watched much of the recent stuff.
Now it's all cut live. We do live.
Okay.
Like it's all like cut on the fly. And it's like usually in a couple of days you get the next episode, which is great. It's awesome. It's like it's got a very raw feel to it.
Yeah.
Because we just have a roaming camera, the stationary camera, and then there's usually like some other stuff in between. But like it's like you know, our buddy, you know, he just hits that button and he cuts it right on the fly. It looks good.
Yeah, like I said, I've watched a few of them, and it's difficult for me to watch. It really is. You know what I mean? I
get it.
I can't really watch much of it as much as I want to. I can't. But yeah, like I said, the bits that I've seen have looked very good. And like I said, that's one thing I really admire because I've worked on companies where nothing is filmed. You know, so that's never fun to work a show. Like, I mean, it is because it's like you're still working a show, but at the same time, it's like you'd like to see something come out of it. You know what I mean?
Well, if you are on camera, I think like as a fan, you're more than willing to go to it just because you'll watch episodes and say, hey, there I am. You know what I mean?
Exactly. Yep.
It's like, hey, I'm on this episode. Like, hey, he high-fived me. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like stuff like that. It's like being on camera is going to make a bigger draw because and when you're like put on YouTube regularly, you know, as on a show, you're going to draw more of a fan base rather than I'm just going to make a bunch of phone calls. I've got a ring. I'm going to get a bunch of my wrestling guys. We're going to put on a promotion and put on a show. Now don't worry about camera.
I agree.
Well, plenty of people, they have fan cameras, and that's good enough.
Yeah,
in this day and age, you can't do that in this day and age. You can't you have to at least film it to like cut it for YouTube or your DVDs later. You've really got to. That is almost imperative at this point to any promotion. That is anybody that's out there thinking about promoting or starting a company up. You have to have media. You have to. You won't survive without it in this day.
No.
Media is number one, man. You got to have networking. You got to have advertising. You got to have it all. Yep, absolutely.
So, yeah, I think this would be a good place to. This would be a good place to cut her off. So, Will, you, my friend, have yourself enjoy the rest of your birthday, man.
Hey,
Happy
man,
birthday, Will.
Thanks for having me on, man. It's been a blast.
Anytime, brother. Anytime. This is This is you know, I stream 4 nights a week. This is an easygoing, just I don't script anything usually for this. This is just, hey, this is what we're gonna do. We'll talk about this or that, and then we just go with it from here.
We bullshit the whole time. It's like sometimes I'll be like, hey Pete, you know, hey, how about this? And Pete's like, all right, let's like, all right. And I don't even this. Like I didn't even watch the match, you know. I was just kind of like, all right, like this is kind of a cool topic. Let's look at this and see what can go on, you know. Crazy.
That's it, man. It makes it fun and fresh. So thank you, Jared and Will, for being on tonight, man. Thanks, Manliness and Motivation, Tony Tone Deaf, Keely Chow. I got your DM, so I'll be sending that flag out to you within the next 2 days. I'll get that out. Flair X was in the chat. Thank you guys so much. Be sure to bitch slap that like button on the way out. And with that being said, I'm Temple Cooling of the Place to Be Reviews. I have been here with all of you. Remember, tune in over to the Fandom Collective channel tomorrow night, 7:30 Eastern. I will be on the show over there with them, Nerd Blast, with Flipped Out, Jeff the Rookie Critic, and Vader Reviews. I'll be making my debut over there. Thursday night, right back here, we're going to do the Empire Strikes Back watch party. I have to move it to Thursday. I hope you can join us. I know we're going head up with World Class Bullshitters, which means I'll probably have a couple people in the chat, but you can catch it on the playback. It's a holiday weekend. I totally spaced on that. But yeah, so the live watch party for Empire will be Thursday night, start about 9 o'clock. So I can set up shop in my living room and I won't have to sit in my office. But yeah, so and that's then you catch me on Raiders of the Lost Flicks live, 8:30 p.m. Friday night. I'll have a couple single release videos coming out. Mi Corazon is broken. Ruby Rose left Batwoman. My short-haired Australian lesbian is gone. I don't know what it breaks my heart.
That's
So sorry, man. No more pegging.
All right. You know, she's the only woman I ever let do that too. Anyway, I'll be back. I'll catch you guys on the flip side. I'm Temple Cooling, the Place to Be Reviews. I've been here with all of you, and what I say at the end of your video and every show. If I don't see you, have a great day and a pleasant tomorrow, and be good. Be good to each other.